Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World. Thanks for dropping by today. My project today is this cute little package which contains a chocolate lollipop. These lollipops come from Lidl, or maybe Aldi would have them as well. I got mine in Lidl, and they're just a wee pre-packed chocolate lollies, chocolate there in a stick. So I thought, well, okay, they're okay to give out, but I like to give them as nice wee gifts at Easter time. So I made this just to fit perfectly with the wee flaps folded in. You don't need to waste your paper on that. Plus, by doing that, you're fitting 6-inch long, so your 6-inch square papers are perfect for it. And I'm going with the lovely gingham gala, and in the yellow check, and a wee bit of So Saffron, and I'm using balmy blue. And the stamp set I've went for is the Fabled Friends. I'm sorry, the light is just hitting this terrible tonight. And I've went for the 3 wee ducklings, which I thought was cute because I've used the wee rabbit a lot. And I thought, well, these will just fit perfectly along that bar, and they're just perfect for my wee grandsons. And of course, as usual, I have to do 2 the same, otherwise they'll be ructions. So I've just went with the gingham gala, as I said, in this lovely yellow shade. And you need a piece that measures 6 inches by 3.5. And now we're just going to do a wee bit of scoring. So I'm going to use this side as my outside, so I'm scoring on that side. Isn't that right? Oh, who knows? Right, I'm going to score. That's the length of it, so I want a 1/4 inch at top and bottom for that wee bit that I'm going to glue together to keep it that wee shape. So mark that at 1/4 and just turn it round and do the same with this side. And then on the long side, we don't want to mark these bits, so do your marking from that first line, if you can see it there, your first crease line to your last crease line. Don't go over that, and then you won't have an old crease mark on the closures. So the first one we need to score would be at 1/2 inch. So line it up at 1/2 inch and go down to that line, and then just follow it down and stop. And the next one is 3/4 inch. That's to give it that wee bit of thickness to allow for the thickness of the lollipop. And the next one you go to 2 inches, and just make sure it's up to that line. And the last one's 2 1/4. Easy peasy. So just fold those down whichever way you're going to use them. That phone doesn't go all day, and as soon as I start this, it goes. Just give them a nice wee light crease. Well, and don't try and not crease up past that like I just did. Try and keep your crease to the inside there of between your 2 markings. And then all we need to do is fold that one in, and we're going to put glue on it. Before you do that, we'll put your bit of turn tape, just a bit in this center between these 2 folds, so that we can use that to do our wee closure. So just measure it roughly and pop it on there. You don't need to take the paper back and off yet. Top and bottom. These are actually lovely chocolate lollies. They do them at Christmas time and Easter time, and it's £1 for about 10 of them. I think they're really cheap, but the chocolate is lovely. The youngsters like it, and I like it too. So I'm going to put a bit of wet glue down this just. Oops. Fold that over. Just so it's nice and neat. Now, that should give you your nice wee boxy shape, which will fit your lolly perfectly. But remember, we don't want to, well, we can seal, actually we're going to seal one side up first. so the lollipop doesn't fall out. So you can see your double-sided tape is in here. So you just want to peel off the wee backing, if you can get a grip of it, and pull it out. And then just secure from the center out and press it, and you have that wee crease to help you to really make it look like it should be there. So now you want to slip in your lollipop. These will be ripped open just at the top when your kids are ready. So if you pop that in there, and this one, just crease those in a wee bit so that you can slip it in easier. And it should go right in there, leave you plenty of room to grab your double-sided tape again, which should be along here. So just flip it up and get that wee bit of backing off, if you can get it. And then do the same again, just make sure it's well down, push it in the center and squeeze it over to the sides. And there you have that wee shaped wrapping. So we're going to keep this as our front, and I've already stamped, went ahead and stamped, and we've got the wee check here in the next size up. Whoops. And then I'm going to finish this one. I started off with a wee bit of the Daffodil Delight, the dark, and I've done all those wee bits where I think it's going to be darker, and I'm just using the bullet end of the pen simply because you're colouring in such a small area, and I'm just going to blend that back in. Once you go over the darker bit a wee bit, even though I did it last night, it will mix in for you. These blend pens are just great, and you only need the two colours, and you can, to get more shading, you can add a bit of grey, a grey pencil, or the grey blend markers, the light grey, just in places where you think the shading would be, or just simply use the two blends, because it really does give you that wee bit of darkness where you want it. So I've done his feet and his beak in the darker colour, and now I'm going to do the dark colour in the blue, the dark balmy blue, for his wee jacket. Just going to keep it like this one. I've done dark around his hat because it's well shaded, and a wee bit here, which you can't really see that. Let's see how far this will let me come in without a shadow. I'm hoping you're not hearing that noise outside. My husband's actually outside doing the cleaning the decking, power hosing the decking down, because we had a bit of work done in the kitchen and the decking is just covered in dust and you know what, and he's so particular. These retired gentlemen just too much time in their hands, haven't they? So I've just went over that with a wee bit of dark, and now I'm going in with the light and just spread it about. Just smooth the rest of it. Same here. And that wee bit as we go. Now if you happen to hit anywhere white that you don't want, go over it with a white chalk pen or a white gel pen, whichever you have. So we'll move that back up, give you a proper look. Probably never go back to the same place again, surely not. So we're going to add a wee bit of dimensionals to the back of him. You don't need to do his legs or anything like that, just, he's not going to get a lot of hassle, I don't think. Hopefully. They'll just be ripping it open, they'll not care what the duck looks like at that stage. So just two wee pieces, and I'm going to just add these now. Start off with the wee one, and the next one. So if you're doing these for girls and boys, I mean, you can mix the papers up, mix the colour of their outfits up to suit whatever you're doing. So lovely wee set. and so easy to cut around. I mean, I cut around those, leaving a wee white space, just like it took me seconds, you know. No bother. So now we want to do our wee Easter greeting. And I'm going to punch a 1.5 inch circle in So Saffron, because it matches in well. If you look at the back of any of your DSP that you buy from Stampin' Up, it'll tell you at the back what coordinates perfectly with it, which keeps you right whenever you go to match things up. And that's why I love Stampin' Up, because everything matches. I have a house full of stuff that I bought over the years, and I can't use it because it takes me so long to decide, right, does that really go, will it go a wee bit, you know. I just can't be bothered anymore, so I have got rid of a whole load of it, and this is what I'm enjoying now. It makes my life easy and I enjoy it, so that's why I'm doing it, and I'll only do it for as long as I enjoy it, so long may it last. Right, just stamp that up in balmy blue because it matches perfectly, and stamp it on there. Now dry that off and leave yourself, like I did here, room at the top to stick a wee bit of linen thread, because I think it's nice and Eastery looking. So when you're punching that, punch it right down to the bottom, leaving you space at the top. And we'll just add a few wee dimensionals to this. 3's plenty. So I'm gathering their wee Easter treats up rightly. Last week's showed you how to make a lovely wee Easter basket, and now I have this, and hopefully next week I'll have another wee treat for them. There's that. I had cut just a wee bit of linen thread and just tie it in a wee knot, and then you can open those out just for a bit of depth, make it nice and stringy, hair-like nearly. Same on both sides, and once you stick it on, then you can trim it down to however long you want it. I'm just going to use my sticky dots to put this on. Just give it a good press in there. Linen thread doesn't really like to be stuck, sure it doesn't. So just stick it around the top somewhere and decide if it's too long, just give it a wee trim, wee haircut. And then we're going to pop it on with more dimensionals. And there we have 2 cute bars of chocolate for Sean and Tom, my 2 grandsons. There, aren't they cute now? Much nicer than just giving them a plain old bar of chocolate. They'll look at that and have that. I mean, my wee grandsons, they keep their wee sweets on the fireplace until they're allowed to have them. They're not allowed sweets every night, obviously, so any treats I make them, they're kept, and it's nicer to have nice wee packaging sitting up. So I hope you enjoyed that, and maybe you'll give it a wee go, and if you do, please, please, please share it with me. I'd love to see if anybody's making it. Doesn't matter if you don't make it with Stampin' Up stuff. I don't mind. You know, make it with whatever you have in the house or whatever, but let me see how you come on, or what your take is on it. So that's me anyway. I'll see you again hopefully next Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Bye.